Qwen 3.5 4B. Can it code? I mean, to keep this video short and save you like 15 to 20 minutes, technically, yes, you can ask it to write a script and you will get a Python or Bash or PowerShell script out of it. Will that script work and do what you desire it to do? That is the big question. To which the answer is, it depends, but mostly no. I just saved you 10 minutes, boys. Go ahead and turn back to, what do people watch on YouTube now? What do the youth watch? Love Island? I've been told they enjoy that. Love on the Spectrum? I've been told that is also a show the youth enjoy. Reality TV nowadays. Rick and Morty, that one's good, right? Basically, go and enjoy life if you don't want to learn anything more about this, right? If you're interested in where the 4B models fail and how you could use them, you know, like how useful are they for your use cases, right? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're about to learn so much. So last time we showed that a small model like Qwen 3.5 4B can actually manage servers. You know, it can remote in systems, read logs, create reports, respond back, uninstall and install packages as long as the installation isn't interactive. And I feel like that's more of a harness limitation than a model limitation. More to come with Smallctl. More features on the way, I promise, right? But when it comes to coding, that's when you realize there's a difference. More parameters does in fact mean smarter, unfortunately. But how good is the 4B at coding? The code it generates, as long as it is a simple script, you know, maybe like print hello world or a script to install a package, runs. That's the only thing I can say about it when it comes to the quality of it. But who knows, maybe you need a bunch of agents that code very badly, right? Like maybe, who knows? All the same, I can think of, well, naughty ways you could use agents that code bad in someone's network. Let's go ahead and get things spun up. We're going to get Qwen 3.5 4B. We're going to get a higher quantized version, which means it's going to take up a little bit more room, but it should also be a little faster, right? We're going to give it 100K context, run it on all GPU. We're going to give it Qwen. Oh, hold on. You guys probably can't see what I'm talking about here. Let's spin this in. There we go. With some movie magic, I went ahead and got everything spun up and displayed properly. On the left, you can see Smallctl, a harness for small models. Again, it's meant to be an agentic harness, not a coding harness. Those are two different things. This one's meant to make sure, or it's meant to help small models achieve objectives, right? You tell it to remote into a server, run some logs, install some packages. It can kind of do that pretty well, which is surprising. You tell it to code, you run into limitations. Let me show you an example here. Let's start with an easy challenge, right? Something easy. Let's see. What's a good challenge for this? Remember, this is a 4B model hosted on a consumer grade 5060 Ti. Let's see if it can solve an easy coding challenge. And that challenge, oh, that's a bug in the harness. But the challenge is basically to build a self-contained Python script that parses an embedded CSV string, computes per column counts, right? So, you know, that's something you might have to do as an admin, you know, parse a CSV and extract some results from it. Can a 4B model help you do that? This one is being ran on a 5060 Ti with 100K context. Let's see if we can get the job done. It's going pretty fast too, because it's the 5060 Ti, which is a consumer grade graphics card. And because this is such a small model, you get fast returns, right? So from what it looks like, it wrote the file with no errors and it created the script. Well, I just repeated myself. I meant run the script and verify it functions, but let's see. And the reason you run the script is if there's any errors with the script, you can see that's the problem with a small model. It errors out. Not that it errors out, but the script that it wrote was immediately flawed, right? With simple scripts, it's kind of smart enough to go back, figure out where it messed up, patch the script on a loop, right? Like if we summarize these tool calls, you'll notice it's reading, then patching, then running, right? So its first shot at the script failed, its second shot completed, and it said it ran. And this is the script it gave us. It said CSV column stats.py. All right, so we open up the other tab. We're going to do a Python 3 where they're going to paste that script. It says no such file or directory. Oh, I'm in. There we go. As you can see, the 4B model wrote the script on the easy challenge. So its first shot failed, but its second shot succeeded, right? Try again. That is kind of like the purpose of this harness. So if you have kind of easy scripts, Smallctl can help a 4B model solve that because it'll put the 4B model in a loop where it writes the script, runs it, and then tries to debug it. And it works well with simple scripts, and it helps the model achieve kind of above its thinking capability, you know, because the model doesn't necessarily have to give you the right solution on the first shot. It can give you an approximate solution. And because it's so fast, it can iterate over that solution really quickly. In theory, up to a point, right? I tried this with a medium challenge and things got a little complicated. My dreams, which rose up to here, got dashed, smashed on the ground. I was upset. For you see, I thought I had discovered something amazing. But this stuff has limits, it turns out. Where are these limits? Well, first you have to give the model a task of sufficient complexity. You got to make it think hard. And once you make it think hard, you quickly realize, oh, the model perhaps is not, you know, it's good. It is good. When you give it a task of sufficient complexity, that's where you realize, oh, there's limitations to this stuff. You know, my dream of Opus for the free ski is dashed. I thought I was getting it for free. Let's see. But what we can do instead is just start a new chat, right? And then we'll paste the next challenge. Or actually, I'll just start a whole new session. That way we can keep this clean. That way there's no confusion. Start the exact same one again. And then we're going to paste our prompt. And I'm going to have to fix that. This is supposed to be here, not inside of the chat session. Another bug. There's a problem working with this. Like AI gets stuff, but it's like approximate. It's like, you're almost there. You almost had it. How could you not? That's how they get you, boys. I realize the thing about working with AI, it's like slot machines, right? The reason IT people and programmers love it so much is the same reason they love video games. It's addictive. The second you start giving them money, they got you. But here's the thing. One more prompt. It's just one more prompt. If it just one more prompt and I've got the solution. And so what if they want another $20 a month? So here's our second challenge. We've got it going off. Let's see the current version, temp version, let's see, version sort.py. Right. So I asked it to create a file called version sort.py, and it's a self-contained Python script with semantic-like version strings. Basically, it's supposed to look through a log file and be able to sort different versions out, right? And remove duplicate versions, leading zeros, invalid tokens, empty inputs. It's a cleanup script, basically. Can Qwen 3.5 4B sort it out? Let's see here. So it starts with the base file, and I'm pretty sure it's going to fail. But the question isn't that, can it fail? You know, the 4B model is expected to fail. The question is, can it recognize how it failed and recover fast enough to be worth it? Let's see. So it looks like it wrote the file, but it hasn't ran the file yet. It's reviewing its work. Let's see here. Let's give it a couple more turns. What I find interesting is on the left, you can see LM Studio just churning away, you know, giving us a pretty good clip here for how fast it's going. I think this is like 60 or 70 tokens a second here. And now it's about to run the script to see what happened. Medium tier coding challenge. How will those Smallctl handle it, right? Ooh, it's going, boys. Medium tier challenges. Qwen 3.54B doing above and beyond, right? It's writing the file. Its first attempt failed. Its second attempt failed. Oh, its third attempt might actually succeed. Can it do it fast enough to be worthwhile? My theory is you don't need the smartest model. You need one that's quick enough to give you the results you want, and that's smart enough to recognize when its output is not the results you want. Let's see. Quick update. Let's see. It's made a lot of thinking and tool calls, and from what I can tell, it wrote the initial file, and it's been trying to figure out how to get the unit tests to pass. So let's see if it can figure this out. And if it can't, I will consider this a fail. But we'll see if one more tool can change it, right? We'll let it run until it hit the max step card, which is about 50. And we'll see if it can figure this out. But the thing is, this is a challenge I know for a fact. GPT 5.5 would have one-shotted. Kimi K 2.5 would have one-shotted. Gemini Flash would have one-shotted. So again, not looking good for Qwen 3.5 4B. So we're about 36 steps in, a couple minutes later, and it's not making much progress, right? We've hit an official wall with the small 4B. We're gonna stop the run, and I went ahead and stopped the run. We're gonna consider that a fail, boys. 35 steps in, and it was looping on doing a file patch after realizing the file it wrote was wrong. And we ran into the limitations of the small models. It can write a script, it can kind of debug a script, but if it's a complicated bug, you run into issues. And we are back. All right, let's go ahead and get started with Qwen 3.5 4B. It failed the medium coding challenge. Will it fail the hard coding challenge? I mean, if it passes this, I'm going to be surprised. I'd be like, what is going on with the guys over there at Qwen where can do hard work but not medium work, but let's cross our fingers. I'd be more interested in seeing how it fails than rather, whether or not it's going to pass or fail. But let's give it a second. Again, my harness bug is popping up. It should be showing you the prompt, but it is not. Let's see. So it realizes it has to create a Python script called constraint scheduler, which is meant to schedule embedded tasks with durations, deadlines, dependencies, report lateness per task, include built-in unit tests, right? So let's give it a few seconds, and let's see how that LM Studio backend's handling this. It's going. You can see it right here. Because it's such a small model, it runs really, really fast. If I could get the 27B version of this to run this fast, I wouldn't even need cloud models anymore. But in order to get that level of performance, you're gonna have to drop about 4 to 5 brands, RTX 5000 minimum. And I'm not even joking. I've read the numbers. I've did the math, and I don't have one Honda Civic to spend on a GPU. I don't got money like that. One day though. What in the world is going on? It wrote the file and it passed syntax verification. So it passed the harder challenge. I'm confused. I am so confused right now, boys. We're going to have to run that script ourselves and verify the output because I do not trust what it's telling me. What? We're going to push it one more time. Run the script and verify. All right, let's proceed. Run the script and verify functionality. Let's see if it's already ran it. Let's see. So it wrote the script. Let's see if we can get it to run the script and verify functionality. All right, so the script it wrote has some errors. Let's see if it can solve its own errors. But I feel like it might end up in another debugging loop. And then this is effectively another fail on the hard task. We'll give it a few moments. We'll give it like maybe 10, 15 steps and try to see if it's making progress on debugging its own bad work. And if it can't debug its own bad work, that's a wrap, boys, for the 4B. It's not smart enough to write a complicated script and then figure out why its own work isn't working. We're back. We gave the hard challenge some time, and it hit the loop guard, or rather it hit the step guard. As you can see, it was struggling on patching the file, right? So that is fail again for the hard coding challenge for the small model. And the hard challenge was for it to make a constraint scheduler, right? Basically a Python script that checks for embedded task duration, deadlines, and dependencies. So yeah. Qwen 3.5, can it code? A little bit, kinda. Not really. All the same, I'm still impressed with this model. Sure, it can't do like super hard programming challenges, but it can still manage servers. It can still call tools. It can still work in a harness. This is impressive because a year ago, a small model doing any of this was a dream. I'm excited for next year. 2027 is a year of local AI. Okay, I need it to be this
this functional, but also about as smart as Claude Opus 4.8. Okay, please, AI Jesus, please AI Santa, please AI Santa. That's all I want for Christmas.